It's Kathrin Hutson here. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I've got another review giveaway happening right now. Today, I'm checking out, well, I'm letting you check out A Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This is the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. Oh boy. And actually the biggest, I don't know if you can even tell the difference on a computer, but it has been I think it still is, the largest book in the series, the unfinished series of only 5 books. So I am reviewing this book today, and anyone who comments on this video here on Facebook while I'm live or after or anywhere on YouTube or anywhere that you see it, you automatically enter for a chance to win this actual book in my hand. Let's see if I can show you. Right here. That little hole right there. There's another hole in my bookshelf because I'm sending these books away. You enter to get this book from me, this one in my hand, because I'm mailing them away, and a signed copy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Of Daughter of the Drackan. This is the first book in my dark fantasy series, Gyenona's Children. And I will send the winner next week these 2 books together in the mail. So on to the review now. Of course, I say this every time because I'm reviewing books that I absolutely love. I love this book, A Storm of Swords. I think might be my favorite, possibly. There are so many things happening. If you thought last week when I reviewed, book 2, what was that? I can't remember. Clash of Kings. When I reviewed Clash of Kings, I said, there are so many different things. It goes in all different directions. And I feel like A Storm of Swords has as many different directions, but they're all kind of starting to converge now. So it's not so confusing. And plus, all these characters start dying off. So we don't have to pay attention to too many more of them because they're gone. They're dead. So in the beginning, we've got Catelyn Stark, and she finds Jaime Lannister, and she's captured him. She releases him on the grounds that on the condition that he goes to get her girls back, Sansa and Arya. And that sets off kind of this domino effect that just kind of ripples through the rest of the book. So Jaime Lannister goes off with Brienne of Tarth, and she's supposed to keep him in line, make sure that he's doing his job, and they get captured and they fall into some battles, and they end up like developing this relationship out of necessity where they are starting to trust each other. And oh gosh, what else do we have in here? We've got Arya finds Beric Dondarrion, and she finds a red priest that he's in his little band with, and comes across the Hound, and they have their kind of odd relationship that's formed based on necessity. She eventually leaves him to die when he gets wounded after everything they've seen, and Arya takes a ship. I'm getting ahead of myself. So hi Jason, I'm glad you made it. So Robb Stark then is also leading his army. He's going to see Walder Frey, who they have, after this, arranged a marriage for one of Walder's many, many daughters, to marry a different lord instead of Robb. And then that is, for any of you who have watched the show, there's like a huge, crazy hullabaloo about the scene or the episode with the Red Wedding when Robb Stark and all of his Stark forces and Catelyn Stark and pretty much everyone gets murdered because the wedding was just a big giant trap. So that happens, and so we start losing some of these major characters, and they start dying. And then because of that, the trap and everyone dying is one of the reasons that leads Arya out to take a ship to Davos, and she wants to find Jaqen H'ghar and the Faceless Men. So she's got that coin that he gave her, and Valar Morghulis, or however we say it, and gets her passage across the sea and out of the Seven Kingdoms. And so then she starts, that's not to the next book, but Arya's got her whole super awesome, crazy, badass thing. But I'm so in love with Arya. I think might be my favorite character. And let's see what else happens. So many other things happen. We've got Stannis Baratheon is also trying to vie for the crown, and he's got the Red Priestess with him, and now Davos Seaworth, and they've got this whole other plan. What's her name? The Red Priestess. Oh my gosh. It starts with an M. I can't even think about it. What happened to me? They go north to the Wall where the wildlings are going all crazy. And also, Jon Snow has been sent by the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch to check out what the wildlings are doing. Hello, Hannah. I'm glad you're here. Hey. And so then, there's all this back and forth with Jon going to the wildlings and back in the Night's Watch. I love the fact that this book has so much, there's just a lot of treachery. So I can't lie and say that I don't love a good, well thought out treasonous plan. And there are many, many of those in here. So, Jon is pretending to defect from the Night's Watch so that he can be a wildling and get to figure out what Mance Rayder, the wildling king, is planning to do while all the wildlings are coming down to the Wall. And then he, starts to feel like he could stay in the North forever, and falls in love, and Ygritte's awesome, but then she dies. Sorry if you haven't read this, but come on, you need to. And then he leaves and betrays the wildlings again and goes back across the Wall. So there's just, everyone is betraying people that they think they are betraying, and they end up finding something else out about themselves, whether that's they identify more with the people that they went with during this betrayal, or they identify more with the people they have betrayed. And there's a lot of character growth and a lot of all these different storylines and all these pieces coming together. And so we get these it starts to become this two central locations for the rest of the storyline, which is the Wall and the North, beyond the Wall, and Castle Black right there, and Winterfell, sort of. And then we get King's Landing, where all these things are happening. Oh my gosh, in King's Landing in this book. Okay, so I have to mention the whole thing with Robb Stark dying, and the Boltons get an upgrade to lordship via Tywin Lannister, and they take over Winterfell. And that's awful, all the things that happen there. And Ramsay, Roose Bolton's bastard, gets legitimized, and he runs this really horrible, nasty show. I have to say, for as much darkness as I'm super into, and it's much like just terror, nasty awfulness, I hate Ramsay so much. He's just nasty. He's just awful. And he gets his. And then where I was going with in King's Landing, Joffrey is the king, and he's also someone I super, super hate so much, more than Cersei, I think. And I don't know if anyone was upset about Joffrey dying, which is good. That's the point. That's what this is for. He's just awful. And I was sick reading about him because we as the readers are shown through all these things how close to resolution these conflicts have become, and then just one tiny misstep, one pebble thrown into the pond, one ripple just brings everything crashing down, and it's insane. And I love the complexity of this. And so, Joffrey's about to he did just get married to Marjorie Tyrell of Highgarden, and then he gets murdered on lots of M's. Everyone thinks it's Tyrion, and Sansa escapes with the help of Littlefinger. And so then we're branching off. They're kind of making their way sort of back north to the Eyrie, where Catelyn Stark's sister is. And we're just kind of bringing this all down, and then little fingers of douche. And Sansa finally learns how to stand up for herself and kind of like lay down what's going on, and she does that later on, which is super fantastic. So all in all, after all that gigantic bleh, and I know I skipped over quite a lot of things, but this book is, I mean, it's so good. I would give this a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love it. I could get lost in this series and this story over and over and over and over again, just because the writing is so phenomenal and it's so complex, and there's just like so many different things to look at again. Yeah, so that's that. I am still, even doing these reviews, I'm still really upset that Martin has not finished writing the series, even as I'm watching the very last season of Game of Thrones right now. So with that, I'm going to say one more time, all you have to do is leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Did you read this book? Did you like it? Did you not? Are things still super confusing for you in the Song of Ice and Fire world? And everyone who comments enters for a chance to win this actual book right here and a signed copy of Daughter of the Drackan, shipped to you with mail. So now I think I'm done. I think I have exhausted myself with this review. I'm excited to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much. Goodbye.